6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Lagos, what will your children be doing this summer? We've curated an exciting 2-day event to empower them with positive values and skills. Our summer program will feature cooking, painting, photography, and language classes, and many more others. Date is 26th and 27th July 2024 at Fanzio World, Lekki, Lagos. Call or SMS 0806 492 5906 0806 492 5906 to register and book a slot today.
.3 Nigeria Info. Welcome back to Hard Facts. That's right. It's 4 minutes inside the hour today. Lagos, Nigeria. Wherever you are, I know you're on your way home today at this moment, but let's have this conversation together. Lagos is already calling. Calm down. We'll get to the calls in a moment, but let me quickly go through these for those who are just tuning in. I said earlier that we're going to head back to the Samoa agreement conversation at 5 o'clock. Yes, we are there right now. But then we've got a poll up on X for you on this particular conversation. And Nigerians have been participating in the poll. Just so you know, this poll is about what your understanding of this agreement. Well, the person who raised the alarm, Mr. Sonny Ekosi, mentioned some particular segment of this agreement that he felt could be the troubling part of the agreement. And he said that these parts of the agreement are likely to throw Nigeria into something. He said the Samoa agreement, named after the Pacific island Samoa, where it was signed on November 15, is a celebration of perversity. He said it's a celebration of certain act to legalize LGBT, to legalize transgenderism, to legalize abortion, to legalize teen sexual abuse, to legalize perversity in African countries. And he mentioned specifically Articles 2.5 and 29.5. That is Articles 2.5 and 29.5. We have the articles for you on Twitter, that is X. So please go there. We've got a poll up for you on Twitter. Go there. Let us know your position regarding these articles. Again, the options are there. I'm going to read the articles for you. It reads, Articles 2.5 reads, the parties shall systematically promote a gender perspective and ensure that gender equality is mainstreamed across all policies. I'll take that article again. 2.5. It reads, the parties, it means all the countries that have signed, 71 of them, 71 countries. The parties shall systematically promote a gender perspective and ensure that gender equality is mainstreamed across all policies. Articles 29.5. Lagos, are you with me? Articles 29.5 reads, the parties shall support universal access to sexual and reproductive health commodities and healthcare services, including for family planning, information and education, and integration of reproductive health into national strategies and programs. You see, national strategies could mean that you are going to integrate reproductive health into secondary schools. If the EU says secondary school students should be taught reproductive health, if the EU says primary school students should be taught reproductive health, I mean, you are going to do that. Let me not explain for that, because I want your own understanding. I want your own assessment of these two articles that Mr. Sonny is agitating over, because he said that these two articles would promote all sorts of things. So on the poll that we've got for you on Twitter X, we've got 4 options for you. Which of these articles would actually promote what Mr. Sonny is saying it will promote? Article 2.5 or 29.5 or both or none? Currently, right now, you can find us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM on Twitter. Yes, we're there at Nigeria Info FM on Twitter. You find Nigeria Info there, and the poll has been pinned to the top of our page, right? So you find us there for sure. I will give you the result. I mean, the result right now, the current result right now is that we've got. Let me refresh. I'll come to telephone, or we'll take our own. We'll talk about this thing ourselves right here, right now. Right now, we've got 50% is saying none of these articles promote LGBTQ agenda. 50%. 37.5% says option A. 4.2% says option B. So let's just say option B is out. Well, it's not out yet, because 8.3% says both of the articles promote this. Now, for my listener who is listening right now on the radio, you have heard these articles, right? You've heard them. If you haven't, just tell me, I will read them again, because I want you to digest it and analyze it and talk to me about it. And if you're watching online as well, you're welcome on Facebook and on YouTube. If you're in the diaspora, I'd like to get your thought on this as well, because this particular subject is number 1 on Twitter as we speak right now. Nigerians are talking about it. They felt that the government has let them down. They felt that the government has betrayed their trust in this regard, at least majority of Nigerians, at least. So let's not generalize. In your assessment of this development, do you think this is false alarm? With these articles that I have read to you, is it false alarm? Are the agitations valid? Those are my questions to you. If you want to be part of the polling online, please go ahead and let's know what you think on Twitter. That's X now, at Nigeria Info FM. Now, let's go to the telephone and hear your position on these articles. Articles 2.5 and 29.5 of the Samoa Agreement. That alarm has been raised that Nigerians have signed an agreement to promote LGBTQ in the country. Don't forget that we have a law that prohibits LGBTQ activities in Nigeria. 14 years straight to jail if you practice any of those things openly. Straight. Exactly. Now, let's take your calls. 277-0993, 277-1993, 277-2993, and 277-3993. You start with the code 0201. WhatsApp is 0809-597-5805 on WhatsApp. That is 0809-597-5805. I can see the voting pattern changing. But let's see how it goes. WhatsApp, I've called that. But for Skype people, Skype ID is Nigeria Info FM on Skype. If you're watching, drop your own comment. I'd like to hear from you. Good evening to you.
Hello.
Good evening. Yes, please.
Madoka, first time.
Welcome.
You see, the word gender equality is pregnant. Yeah. You see, according to this Western world, everybody says which gender he or she is, whether it's male, female, half female, or not even male, not even female.
Okay.
They have it used to be male or female. Now they have about 5 categories or 5. So that gender equality means that whatever anybody says he is, they should have equal access to in policy formulation. You know, you can't say you are discriminating against somebody who is gay, somebody who is this, somebody who dresses like a woman, anything. But that's what it is. And by the way, most important documents like this will also have footnotes. So the lawyer who is saying this, and has been saying that, it's actually maybe private to some footnotes or whatever that that's attached to this.
Okay.
And again, you ask the question: what made the past government to be a little cautious in signing
initially?
Yeah. So that's the things. But again, it's pregnant. So that's what I'm saying.
All right. Okay. All right. It says it's pregnant. Let's take another call. Good evening to you.
Hello, Sheriff. Good evening.
Yes, good evening to you.
Yeah, I'm Engineer Kundayo calling you from Ikorodu.
You're welcome.
You see, literally, that Article 2.5.
Right.
I think that is the undoing there. It actually recognizes gender equality. And gender actually means whether you are male, you are female, you are transgender,
you are bisexual, you are...
bisexual, yes.
Yeah.
You see, but why I'm a little bit lost, because you said a short while ago that we have an extant law prohibiting LGBT, whatever, and so on in Nigeria.
Yes, we do.
So I don't know, I really don't know, because I'm not a lawyer. I don't know whether a treaty like that, all of the EU, this Samoa agreement, I think that it is inferior to our domestic laws.
That's right.
You see, I think it's inferior. You see, because even locally, in the domestic forum, our constitution is superior to any other law that anybody makes, so even internally in Nigeria. So all these agreements, they don't. I think that they don't have absolute powers. That's the way I look at it.
All right. Thank you for calling. Appreciate it. Well said. Let's jump on this call here. Good evening to you.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
All right. My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Ijuere.
Let's talk.
Okay. From what you read out, treaties, should actually be, specific about what they are talking about. They are just talking about, blending in strategies to ensure gender equality and all of that. And gender equality, from the way the world understands it, and from the way Africans understand it, is actually like a parity between the male and the female in affairs, of the society. If there's any other thing it means, I'm sure the West will understand that president after president, as I've seen their interviews, have told the Western world that open gay relationships do not work in Africa. Africa forbids it. In fact, if there's anything that Africa generally, agree on, just one thing they agree on generally is that open gay relationships are not allowed in Africa. Nigeria has a law that prohibits open gay relationships, gay marriage and all of that. So there is no way a treaty can now be superior to our own local law. A treaty to me is not a kind of international law. It's just an agreement. But if there's anybody in this country, maybe the government, which goes out of his way, understanding that this thing is just like a trap. Maybe after signing it, they will now start giving you $200 million, $500 million, and then they will start asking you to, surreptitiously start doing things, that will now allow open gay relationship in Nigeria. If you go ahead and do that, maybe you want to impress them, for them to praise you, for them to support you to, capture second or third or fourth term. That's your business, but we will not allow it. Nigeria will not accept open gay relationship. So that is exactly one thing I know that Nigerians agree on. We will not accept it in Nigeria.
Okay. Thank you too for calling me. Wow, that was vehemently said. Let's take a few comments this evening. Is English this difficult to understand? None of the articles on gender equality. We only recognize 2 genders, male and female in Nigeria, not 100 like UK. Beside LGBTQ law can't. Besides, you mean LGBTQ law can't override our constitutions. Absolutely, I agree with you that LGBTQ laws can't override our constitutions. But here is the thing, right? Here is the thing. The question that we also need to focus on this time is why did 34 countries refuse to sign this agreement before? All the countries that had refused to sign have signed now. So why did they refuse to sign initially? Including Nigeria. Look at that angle as well before you process the words. Again, the articles, you see, the framers of these things are very smart. It's possible that there is nothing to the 2 articles. It's very possible, very likely. It's also very likely that there's a lot more to it because it's framed in such a way that they said both parties or all parties. Let me go and check it out just to be sure, so I don't quote this thing out of context. Yeah, it said the parties. It didn't say that Nigeria alone, because you are part of you are part of that agreement now, so you can't execute it alone. The parties shall systematically promote a gender perspective. What do they mean by a gender perspective? It could be a perspective of anybody can claim to be whoever they want to claim. It could be a perspective of it's only a male-female gender that we recognize here in Nigeria and just leave it like that. It could be a perspective of leave queers alone. It could be a perspective, anything. So what does that mean? Thanks to the framers giving us assignments. So it's not as simple as you think, my friend. It's not as simple as that. That English is hard. Look, English can be hard, especially for framers of some art from documents. This is some people's job, in case you don't know. This is what they do. Just so you know, this is their job. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Yes, please.
Godman here.
Welcome.
Okay, so to me, I see this as a trap. You know, these people are very crafty and very, very crafty. That just like what you said now, a lawyer can interpret this in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can't just read it, just casually. When you get into the law, you'll be surprised how they can pick one word and what that word will mean. Will be amazed. You know, so I think this is a very big trap. And the Bible says the borrower is servant to the lender. By the time you are taking loans from these people, there's a spiritual, I don't know how to put it. There's something spiritual that will connect you to them. Before you know, they begin to say, do this, you'll be like a servant. And you start saying, nodding your head, yes. So this is a trap. We shouldn't even be having any partnership with them in any way. Even if it looks seemingly like, it's not harmful as it stands. Before you know, they say you give the devil, you deal with the devil with a long spoon or long stick.
Yeah.
You don't bring him close. You don't do that. You put yourself in a place where you can be trapped. You can get in a place where you are caged and you are just, you are just trapped. So, I mean, this is wrong. This is not the way we should be going. Thank you.
Thank you too, Godman, for sharing your thought. Appreciate it. The calls are okay. Let's see how many we can take. Good evening to you. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Please go on.
I'm not hearing you. Maybe you are hearing me.
We can hear you. Please go on.
All right. Good evening.
Yes, please. Good evening.
It's so sad. There are some things we hear on the radio like this that I just feel tired. But having said so, they are not tired because it is there in the Holy Book. We have not seen anything. It's just our leaders. I don't know where they are leading us to. Something that you said you don't want to do before. Why are you doing it now? Why now? Why is it now? Does it mean that we cannot hold our religion or whatever and custom again. Everything must come from the western part of the world. We don't know what is good for us and what is not good for us again. It's so sad. I don't know why these people are behaving like this. We know what they are saying, and this thing has been happening here. It's happening already. It's just to legalize it. And when they legalize it, that is the end. So I don't know why our leaders are behaving this way. God will help us. It's only God that will help us.
Yeah. Thank you so much for calling me. Sorry. I thought you were done. Thank you for calling. Again, the poll is up on X. That's on Twitter. The poll is right there. We'll head out for a quick break right now. Well, let me also quickly say that as it stands right now, 42.6% is saying none of the articles is promoting whatever it is that it said is promoting. 42.6% said none. 35.2% says Article 2.5. That's our first option. Is promoting whatever they said that the agreement is promoting. 11.1% is coming second, and 11.1% said both. 11.1% said both are promoting LGBTQ. 11.1% said option B is promoting LGBTQ. But I need to take a break. I'll be back. Stay here.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
It's my so clean, new and improved. It's my so clean, refill powder that is up easily. It's my so clean, foam master, 2 times cleaning power. It's my so clean, little cars along the way. It's my so clean, so clean.
New So Clean detergents. Every grain works for you.
To cook correct food, they always give me joy. That's now why anytime where they cook like this, I they always season them with no cubes. Come add correct vegetables inside. Ugu, tatasheo, shombo, onions. No one will know they put. Now he make my pikin them, they always enjoy my cooking.
Daddy, I never will. I want more.
You see?
Sama all your food with correct vegetables. Come season them with no cubes for that to get delicious taste. Today, chop better.
Looking for ways to save your data? It starts with your apps. Deleting unused apps helps, but there is more. Most apps have data saver modes. Activate them to control data usage. You can also go to settings to turn off auto updates. Lastly, close unused apps to save data when you ain't using your apps. These changes can make a big difference. For more information, visit your mobile operator's website or consumer.ncc.gov.ng for more helpful tips. Stay connected and enjoy smarter data usage. This message is brought to you by the Association of Telecom Operators and Nigerian Communications Commission.
It's my so clean, new and improved. It's my so clean, refill powder that is up easily. It's my so clean, foam master, 2 times cleaning power. It's my so clean, little cars along the way. It's my so clean, so clean.
New So Clean detergents. Every grain works for you.
In Nigeria, the weather can change in an instant, just like life itself. Even when you are caught in a heavy downpour or harmattan has left your skin dry, there's one thing that never changes: the restoring power of Vaseline Petroleum Jelly. Because we all know when harmattan strikes, if you are not protecting your skin, it cracks. So do your lips, and no one wants that. So use Vaseline Petroleum Jelly to keep your skin healthy, smooth, moisturized, and protected all day long, so you can embrace every season with confidence.
Let us dive into the heart of global affairs.
We go beyond the headlines and into the real stories shaping our world.
Why paying more than $200 million to have 1,000 Indian soldiers come to Haiti when we could use that money to train the police.
What you've done with your grief is actually to spread it and give it and turn it into the love.
This served Netanyahu because he didn't think Hamas would ever be a serious military threat.
Congo is a country with so much wealth. The people have been fighting to regain control.
From the corridors of power to the front lines of change, Borderline brings you in with analysis of the issues.
The U.S. has power over them. Most of them will steal money from Haiti and invest in the U.S.
Some people who support Sonko and Jumai 5, over half of them don't have a voter's card.
Sounds like Nigeria.
Join Ireti Bakari Yusuf on Borderlines as she engages with policymakers and thought leaders,
giving you perspectives and insights you won't find anywhere else.
Be part of the conversation. Join us live.
Your voice matters on Borderlines as we explore the complexities.
Every Friday at 4 p.m.
on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Stay informed, stay engaged.
Step into the conversation.
Mommy, my teacher said 90% of my brain will develop by the time I am 5.
Really? What else did she say?
She said I need iron in my food for my brain to grow well.
Oh, very true. And that's why I give you Cerelac Junior every day, which provides half of your daily iron needs.
And Cerelac Junior tastes so good.
Cerelac Junior with Iron Plus. It's all good, Mom.
A brighter tomorrow begins with smart choices today. With the Union Correct account from Union Bank, you get to secure your tomorrow and get rewarded while at it. You can start saving with just 5,000 Naira monthly and enjoy fantastic interest rates. Yes, you can save as low as 5,000 Naira. That's not all. Every 6 months, you stand a chance to win amazing cash prizes of up to 500,000 Naira. Correct! Make that move. Open the Union Correct account today. To get started, visit any Union Bank branch or log on to our website at www.unionbankng.com for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank.
Tell me which kind thing Viva no fi wash away. Jenna tomato paste or coffee stain your body. Viva go away. Chicken for your clothes now. All you need for Viva to wash away. Gentle for your pocket, gentle for your hand. Oh my Viva, it wouldn't make you shine. Oh Viva, oh I love my Viva, Uncle say bye bye to very tough stage, yo. Mama say bye bye to any kind stage, yo. Oh Viva, I love my Viva.
The search for Nigeria's bravest children is on. The 16th Indomie Heroes Awards theme, The Unsung Heroes, is here. A CSR initiative powered by Duffield Prima Foods Limited. The Indomie Heroes Awards call on young Nigerians to share their heroic stories in any of these categories: social, intellectual, or physical bravery. Are you aged 15 and below? Visit heroesofnigeria.com to submit story of your brave acts. Entry closes by July 10.
What takes a plate of jollof rice to the next level of goodness? Is it when it is cooked with no seasoning cubes for that sumptuous taste? Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans?
It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of Knorr cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, eat for good.
I beg to differ. The big tournament, the Nationals, is coming. August 12th in Lagos. Witness the brightest minds from across the country in a battle of intellect and eloquence.
Have you ever wondered if controlling resources will be the key to dismantling?
Yes, a child has not been properly academically satisfied.
Has such person not also get experience, like your 5th point?
Experience fierce competition.
Peace cannot be kept by force. It's not because there's natural resources there.
Persuasive arguments.
I believe that through a balanced approach to religion and education.
Don't you think that such a person is old enough to decide?
And innovative thinking.
By 1985, the poverty level was below 46%. If they don't have money for tuition, are you saying they are not going to be accountable?
Whether you're a debater or a spectator, mark your calendars for August 12, 2024. I beg to differ. The Nationals in Lagos, Nigeria. Get ready to be part of history. For sponsorship and other inquiries, call Lagos Larry Griffin 0706 827 1163, Shola Kolade 0907 173 3835, or send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I beg to differ students debate competition, the Tournament of Champions.
You have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like a ugu and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
In a world where misinformation runs rampant, one show stands apart from the rest. Get ready to embrace the truth as we bring you the most hard-hitting stories and unveil the real facts. Welcome to Hard Facts.
I am Maryann Okon, and this is Hard Facts, where we separate truth from fiction. We're passionate about the hard-hitting stories that matter. Get ready to challenge your perception and discover the real world. Let's dive deep into the issues that affect our communities, revealing the untold stories and giving you a voice. No sensationalism, no bias, just raw, unadulterated truth. I am committed to delivering news without compromise. Hard facts as we know them, when we know them, and how they affect you. Every Monday through to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. This will be your most authentic news experience starting now on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Welcome back to Hard Facts here on Nigeria Info 99.3. We're discussing the Samoan agreement that has, I don't want to say taking Nigeria by storm, because I mean the interpretation is quite neither here nor there, especially from the pattern of voting on the poll that we've got. You know, for people out there, Nigerians have been voting on this poll that we've got on X, that's on Twitter. Feel free to go check out the poll and let's know what you think. I'm going to start with some tweets that I've dropped. I'm going to start with some tweets. And by the way, it's Nigeria Info FM on Twitter. That's X. Nigeria Info FM on X, right? Go there and let us know what you think about the poll that we've got for you up there. Would really love to know your own position, where you stand regarding this conversation about the Samoan agreement. We've got the poll. Let me read what's in the poll so that you have an idea. So, as per the Samoan agreement, which of these provisions confirms the agitation of Nigerians regarding the LGBTQ issues? Option A is Article 2.5, because the person that brought this to the fore mentioned two specific articles in the agreement, Articles 2.5 and 29.5. 2.5 reads, the parties shall systematically promote a gender perspective and ensure that gender equality is mainstreamed across all policies. Then 29.5 reads, the parties shall support universal access to sexual and reproductive health commodities and healthcare services, including for family planning, information and education, and integration of reproductive health into national strategies and programs. Nigeria, according to information, initially refused to sign this agreement. In fact, Nigeria did not even go for the signing agreement, for the signing ceremony. Now, this particular Samoan agreement is binding on all 71 countries for the next 20 years. For the next 20 years, whatever this agreement will mean, all countries that are signatory to this agreement would have to be compliant with whatever it is the provisions of the agreement are. So we got option A for you. Option A means that Article 2.5 means that this agreement promotes LGBTQ. Option B means that Article 29.5 is that article that promotes LGBTQ. Option C says both articles promote LGBTQ rights. And the last option says none, which means none of the articles promote LGBTQ. As it stands right now at Nigeria Info FM on X, that's on Twitter, this is the voting pattern. First is 38% believes Article 2.5 promotes LGBTQ. 12.7% believes Article 29.5 promotes LGBTQ. 11.3% believe both of the articles are doing this job. 38% believes none of the articles promote LGBTQ ideas. Well, it's trending online. It's better for people to go ahead and read the articles yourself. Don't follow whatever trend that is on social media, especially on this conversation, so that you would properly be informed. You can digest this your own way and bring your own explanation to how you could analyze whatever these articles, whatever way they have been couched. You can explain it to yourself, or just get someone else to explain it to you. Now, let's get back to getting your thoughts. After getting in fact, before we get your thoughts, let me bring Kemi on. Then after Kemi is done, we'll come back and get your thoughts. Kemi?
Yes, Lagos. So, fixing your damaged phone right now just feels like a lot of wahala. Expenses and upon expenses upon expenses. And then adding that one to it, my dear, it can be very expensive. I understand. But not anymore. Not anymore. I have good news for you, Lagos. MTN is here with a solution to help you protect your phones. Now you're wondering, MTN, how? Protecting phones. It's not a screen guard. Don't worry, calm down. Accidents happen, so just imagine this. If your phone falls into water right now, that everywhere is flooded, no wahala. Your screen cracks, no wahala. Your phone gets burnt, no wahala. Why? Because accidental damages are also covered. Even if you are lazy like me and you cannot stand up, you are thinking of the stress of going to go and repair the phone, then going to go and collect the phone, then coming back again. You can't cope with the stress of getting your phone fixed. Well, guess what? Your damaged phone will be picked up, fixed, and dropped off, all while you chill at home. Yes, Lagos, it's the soft life for you. And the best part is that you also enjoy free MTN data when you purchase any device protection plan. Yes, Lagos, that's what it's called, device protection plan. Okay, so and with this plan, you don't even have to stress. Plus, you get free MTN data. I mean, seriously, who doesn't love free data? So enjoy your device with peace of mind. Visit mtn.ng/device services/ okay, that's mtn.ng/device services. Okay, you can go there and get your own pocket friendly device protection plans. So there are different plans and you can get any plan that suits you. Okay, with MTN you can outdo yourself. Yes, Lagos, we are still giving out money here on oneplay.ng here on Nigeria Info, and I'm here to remind you. Yes, it's all happening here. I'm saying here, so you can pay attention. Not that when it's time for game on and they are calling winners now, you are crying, and I know. Look, Lagos, all you have to do is just go to the website www.oneplay.ng. Okay, that's the website, number one play.ng, or just dial the code *347*880*3# if you do not have a smartphone. Okay, it's not an excuse to go and borrow 105k, because I heard that it's no more 2k again. We're collecting 105k, 110k. Enough is enough there. You can play with as little as 500 naira, and that's all. In a few seconds, you will be in the draw. Okay, Lagos, the more you play, the better your chances of winning every single day. You can win money on the Money Crossfire, What's Up Lagos, Sunny Side, Game On shows, and that's for weekdays. Weekends are not left out as well, as you can also win money on the Football Frenzy show every weekend. And that's not all, okay? Every Friday there's a jackpot happening, which is tomorrow. They want to make your weekend soft so you could play. And remember, what you've been playing during the week, you automatically just qualify for that weekly jackpot. You don't have to stress at all. But you could also play tomorrow, okay? I mean, what are you losing, really? Your chances of winning are the same whether you play on the website, which is www.oneplay.ng. That's number one play.ng, or you dial the code *347*880*3# and choose your station Nigeria Info. Follow the instructions. Very, very important. Remember, Lagos, to play responsibly, and this is not suitable for persons under 18. Okay, play. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Don't say I didn't do anything good for you.
Welcome back. Kemi keeps cracking me up in this studio today. Well done, Kemi. Well done. Let's go take some tweets that I've dropped on this conversation today. We'll try as much as possible to bring everybody into this conversation so that we can have a say. And not everybody is on social media, so let's jump on these together. I'm going to take a couple tweets. Let's start with this one. So I'm not going to Captain or Cheese. I'm not going to read your comment because it's quite what you've put here is not radio worthy, so I'm not going to read it. But let me take this one from Abe John. Abe John says, the article A is pointing to promoting both gender, male and female, personal perspective about sexual life, systematically, tete-a-tete, little by little, and in a way best to both parties. That's Abe John's analysis of Article 2.5. That's Abe John's analysis of Article 2.5, and it's really interesting. Rotimi is also here. Rotimi says, gender isn't about someone's anatomy. It is about who an individual identifies himself or herself to be, whether male, female, bisexual, transgender, etc. So in this narrative, gender perspective represents different gender identities. There are many different gender identities. Another interesting perspective here from Rotimi. Abe John and Rotimi, they are schooling us today. Interesting comment. I'm going to cross now. Let's leave X. Let's go to WhatsApp. Let's assume we are trapped into signing it. I trust my northern brothers. The moment they won't use protest, finish the federal government, they will opt out. Europe knows LGBTQ won't fly in Africa. Let them legalize polygamy for us first. Give and take, Avi. Okay, I hear you. Let's take another one here that says, please, the word systematically and perspective is key to the whole thing. Please, those two articles are very cynical. No name attached to this one. We're going to take another one. We have huge backlog of messages, so let's take as much as we can. For me, the lawyer who flagged these articles was correct for doing so. Hearing provisions like promotion of a gender perspective, like gender fluidity, and promotion of family products like abortion drugs shows that the articles were carefully worded to hide or play down the true intent of the articles. This is Gabby from Aja. Drop this. Or Gabe. I think it's Gabe. Gabe, thank you for sharing another interesting perspective here. Really impressed with the breakdown of these articles, all right? So let's take another perspective here. If you take a look at both sections, I'm reading a message. If you take a good look at both sections you read out, it is more like caging ourselves and letting them decide for us, and at the same time tying our own hands. It's quite clear where the agreement is headed, overlooking our culture. These people who signed this will as well start changing our laws to accommodate these tricky things. Another perspective down. Send yours in. I'd like to hear yours. I'd like to hear your perspective. 0809 597 585. And go to Twitter or X. Go and vote. We've got a poll on Twitter. Let's know what you think. Let's assume that we are trapped into signing that trust. Okay, I think I've read this. There's no point to have sent this again. There's no need. Harry from Yaba says, the central question lies in the definition of gender used in the treaty. Please check the definition of terms. You will find that gender was not defined as male or female. That is the heart of the matter. That's Harry's perspective as well. Okay, let's go take this particular call on Skype. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Switzerland.
From Switzerland. Okay.
So I heard the message you read about someone talking about having so many gender identity. Okay.
Right.
The thing is, where do we draw the line? Okay. Because if you're saying there are so many gender identity, okay, what about, because I've seen people claiming that they identify as kids.
Have you been following the conversation? This is not about gender identity, actually.
About the signing of the Samoa agreement.
Yes.
Yeah, which it has to do with the fact that the article you read out, right?
Right.
Okay. And you read a message, which I'm trying to counter.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, please go on. Quickly, please.
Okay. So I'm trying to say that where do we draw the line, okay? Because if you start identifying as this, okay, now there is a crisis in the EU where people are trying to foster all those things, pushing it on kids in the classroom and all those things. You understand? So where do we draw the line? We signed it right now. Are we going to act on it? Are we going to allow it into the system? So I think in the government don't know what they actually put their pen into. It's very vague. You understand? Okay. Very, very big article, but it's hidden under the LGBTQ umbrella. Trust me.
All right. For someone in Switzerland, he felt that this is like the caller said, it's pregnant, it's heavy. Those words used in the article, especially the two articles 2.5 and 29.5, right? I'm going to Facebook right now because I need to go and announce the result of the poll. So before I do that, let me take this message. Yusuf says, does it mean that the last administration could not comprehend the agreement very well? Now I understand that English is more complicated than maths, physics, and chemistry. Okay. That's Yusuf on Facebook who drove that message. Yusuf, thank you for sharing your thought. Appreciate it. Because of time, I think let's see if we can squeeze. I can't take any more calls because of time. And I'd love to hear, very well from you, but I can't take any more calls right now. Apologies for that. We need to be preparing to pack our loads. I'm trying to prepare the ground for the result of the poll. That's what I'm trying to do. Prepare the ground for the result of the poll. So, but before then, let me take this one that says, Adebaba says, I understand you doing journalistic work, but again, English is hard for so many people, and it's all about confirmation bias. That's Adebaba. Adebaba, I actually don't understand, what you are saying here. It would have helped a lot if you had just gone straight to what you were saying so we can comprehend. Again, it underscores the fact that English is not as easy as people may think. But let's go take the result of our poll today, at least for now, because the poll will run for 24 hours. So you can still go and vote on the poll. But we have a tie. 35.5% seem to have a problem with Article 2.5. 35.5 said that article is promoting LGBTQ. But then another 35.5% is saying that none of the articles is promoting LGBTQ. So we've got a tie as at this moment, 5:54. So this poll will run for 24 hours. If you like to make your voice heard, go ahead, vote for your option on the poll on Twitter, X, at Nigeria Info FM. But at this juncture, I'd like to take a step aside right now for programming to continue. 6 o'clock is the news. Thank you all for being a part of Hard Fact for today. I am Sheriff Quadry. You can find me on X at Sheriff Quadry, on Instagram at Quadry Sheriff. I'll see you tomorrow on Hard Fact Award. Good evening to you.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
Guy, what do you think about Euro's finest? For example, this Aston Martin. England's hottest. Small body, big engine. Like Saka in the box 18. Look at this German machine. Benzo.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Intrigue, deception, and heart-pounding determination, as one journalist will do anything it takes to expose the truth.
Watch Oloture, The Journey, now playing on Netflix with plans starting from 1,600 Naira only.
Mommy, my teacher said 90% of my brain will develop by the time I am 5.
Really? What else did she say?
She said I need iron in my food for my brain to grow well.
Oh, very true. And that's why I give you Cerelac Junior every day, which provides half of your daily iron needs.
And Cerelac Junior tastes so good.
Cerelac Junior with Iron Plus. It's all good, Mom. Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste it and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Very.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo 3-in-1 milky and creamy for you. It's so milky. I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids the new Milo 3-in-1. Milky and creamy. It's truly milky. It contains calcium to help your champ win every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! To cook correct food, they always give me joy. That's now why anytime where they cook like this, I they always season them with no cubes. Come add correct vegetables inside. Ugu, tatasheo, shombo, onions. No one I know they put. Now you make my pikin them, they always enjoy my cooking.
Daddy, I never will. I want more.
You see, all your food with correct vegetables. Come season them.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just